Onome Ebi excluded from Falcons Olympic squad. And we hear that AC Milan, they are in talks with Belgian striker Romelu Lukaku. And we hear that the Nigerian Premier Football League star Takudosu Joseph FC in friendly. Haruna returns for $250,000 WTT star contender in Bangkok. And Jadon Sancho is open to joining Juventus. Real Madrid interested in Arsenal defender William Saliba, and we hear that South African's men's 7 second leg rugby federation drums support for the Stallions. And in tech ball, Delta gears up for World Championship qualifiers and Ogun hosts Southwest Athletic Conference. More from Punch newspaper. New Plymouth Argyle striker Mohamed Tijani sets a 20-goal target at Plymouth. And Abdurrahman Mowe target eye-opening global stage. Olorunleke waxes lyrical over Almerek unveiling. And Turkey defeats hard-fighting Austria by 2-1 to reach the Euros of 2024 last 8. And finally, from Punch newspaper, Netherlands defeated Romania 3-0 to reach Euros 2024 quarterfinals. And from that, we touched on complete sport as we focus on the newspaper sports bulletin. This one says Cruz brought stability to Germany's midfield, and we can win lots of trophies under Enzo Maresca. Chelsea new signing Guehi is boasting already. Only time will tell. And more from a complete sport. The influence of K1 League techniques on Vietnamese players, and Jose Pizarro on Saudi club Al Riyadh Raider. More from complete sport. Brazil bounced back with comfortable 4-1 win over Paraguay. And Arsenal ready to latch on Barcelona defender Jules Koundé. And Arsenal interested in Italy's Euros 2024 defender. A main reason why I left Barcelona for Chelsea, Guehi speaks. Arsenal formally activate buy option for Spanish goalkeeper Raya. Onyekuru set for Turkish Super League return, and Rangers youngster sign a professional contract. Rangers can make Nigeria proud in the CAF Champions League, and Simon to return training at Nantes later today. Ademola Lookman wins African Best Award in Ghana, and Suleiman Ilechukwu wins NPFL's Player and Coach of the Month. And finally, from the newspaper headline, with touchdown Sporting Live, Chukwuemeka Lukaku and Trevor Chalobah triple deal for Milan. While Arsenal, Man United, and Chelsea slow down on Victor Osimhen. Bayern Munich closing in on signing Xavi Simons. Adonye Malin's late double stirs Netherlands past Romania at Euros. Liverpool and AC Milan eye free Adrian Rabiot transfer. And Gaziantep in talks to sign Onyekuru from Al Fahir. Tottenham Hotspur romances Crystal Palace Eberechi Eze. And Aruna Kodri returns to WTT star contender in Bangkok. Chelsea unveils Leicester City. Man United offered the lead 5-year contract for club crumbles for Jordan Torunariga. And we hear that Tottenham completes a £30 million deal for Gray. That's all we can take from the newspaper headline segment, and straight off we move to the local scene. All right, we begin first off from the local scene. Just like I did announce, we are no fewer than 40 young Nigerian referees have undergone an intensive FIFA MA Young Talent Referee course in Abuja. The course has been handled by an experienced referee, technical instructor, and COSAFA the project manager Feliz Tangawarima, alongside a Malian FIFA fitness coach Mark Nzengo. We hear that recently the Nigerian Football Referee Association NRFA held its annual general meeting in Bayelsa State, where the stakeholders of the association discussed the way forward and took binding decision that will affect the association positively. Meanwhile, the 2024 NFRU, that is the Nigerian Football Referee Association NFRA National Promotional Examination, has been slated for Saturday, the 10th of August 2024. And away from that, let's take you more stories from the local scene, as it is looking more like a better season ahead for clubs like Plateau United, Enugu Rangers, Aimba FC, as well as Remo Stars. Of this club have declared themselves unavailable as they have gone on a 3-week tour, respectively. Far away from Kaduna, one man joins us on the show to give us a swinger on the latest happening in the Nigerian Beach Soccer League. Chukunonso Arinzechi joins us live on the show. Good morning, the Sport Bishop.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Fantastic. So, give us updates. What's been happening in Kaduna concerning the Nigerian Beach Soccer League?
Yeah, the countdown is on, like you did say, one more day to the start of the Nigerian Beach Soccer League. Like we did, we had yesterday on the show where the press conference was held. The players, the coaches, the captain spoke to the press. Also, the coordinator of the MBS, also the president of the African Soccer League, Beach Soccer, talking about Mahmoud Hadija, also spoke to the press. There were a lot of dignitaries, commissioners of sports of Kaduna State was there. It was there was a lot of frenzy, as the build-up began. I can tell you that Kaduna right now is agog. It's really agog with the big soccer fever. A lot of people are waiting for the start. It's starting tomorrow, exactly Thursday precisely, and to run from Thursday to Saturday. So the fever, the pitch is already launched, ready. The grass at the stadium is already well prepared. The stands are well cleaned. In short, the billboards are already everywhere now, Kaduna State. And we're slowly counting down to the start of the MBFL final. Don't forget, this is the 4th edition. Only 2 teams, like I did say yesterday, have won it before. Kada Beach Soccer Club and, of course, KB Soccer Club, biggest team in Africa. And then we'll see whether we're going to have a new champion, or maybe Kada or we will be winning the championship again. We'll wait and see. It's going to be tough. We see people talking tough. And Abia Warriors were talking tough. We had the captain yesterday. And everybody believes that it's their year. But like I said, it only determines on what you have on the pitch of play. So all together, there'll be every day. 6 games, 2 every day, 2 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. And then by Saturday, we should have found out the new champions of the Nigerian Beach Soccer League. Don't forget, like we did say yesterday, that competition will also be a competition where the players who feature for Nigeria in the Super Saiyan Eagles against Mauritania for the qualifiers for the AFCON will be selected. Also, like the coordinator said, it's hopefully going to be the best. Sponsorship is the sponsors are coming in their numbers, and I can tell you it's going to be a interesting time. So Nigerians should brace up. If you're anywhere close to Kaduna in the environment, you just have to be at the stadium where that games will be played, because it's going to be. If Anambra was excited, that Kaduna will be an epic experience.
Absolutely. We'll talk more on the Nigerian Beach Soccer League later this evening at 4 p.m. But quickly, away from beach soccer, let's talk more on the proper soccer. Talking about football, where we hear that former Super Eagles midfielder Sunday Olise has revealed why he resigned as the head coach of the national team way back in 2016. He made this revelation on an interview where he narrated the difficulties he faced during his tenure as the Super Eagles head coach, as he was given the job to manage as the head coach of the Super Eagles in July 2015, and he left the position in February 2016, less than a year. He cited that It was lack of support from his employees as well as players and even the media. He accused everyone except himself for not being technically and tactically up to speed with a recent development. He blamed you, Sport Bishop. He blamed Uncle Fine Boy, as well as the NFF for a lack of support and always peddling rumors about him and the squad. He did mention the like of Mikel Obi as one of the figures that caused him to resign, just the way Finidi is now blaming Osime for his poor performance as the coach. And then I ask, what's up with some of our local coaches blaming everybody and they eventually resigns?
Let me be sincere with you. First, I think this week of back, this is a week back. I've had it from Finidi to Dega to Oname now Sunday Lisa. But this is my take. I think for Sunday Lisa, I think let me be sincere. I don't think he was a bad manager. I think he was frustrated out. And does anybody we should pick? I don't think it's the press. I think, see, as much as if you're a manager of any team, you're a public figure, there are two types of press, for and against. You just have to have a thick skin. Like I said, I gave for the maybe yesterday. You have to blame the press for anything. They would see the press job is to write. Your job is to remain calm and do your job. If there was any reason why I thought he should resign was because of the fact that the NFL did not give him the needed support. They tried to interfere. The president, they tried to interfere. Olita, as stubborn as he was always be as a player, as a captain, as a coach, refused to accept those interference, and it caused a loggerhead between him and the NFF. He couldn't take it anymore, and then he threw in the towel and left the job. Don't forget, he resigned even after winning his first 2-3 games in the qualifier. So for me, why taking us back? That's my own issue. He can blame anything he wants. Why take us back? We have gone past that already. We should be focusing on the next World Cup that the World Cup qualifiers that are going on. But come on, he can't be blaming the media. When I had it, all I do was give myself a sounding laugh because the media always do the media. If he had called out the NFF, their poor administration and their poor management of issues and things, I would have taken it with a pinch or so, but not for him to call the media. Anyway, he can, like I said, he has freedom of speech. He's made his own claim. He's no longer the manager. To me, he holds no water because I don't think nobody wants to know why you fired. Now, all they want to know is who's going to be the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, because of the African Cup of Nations and the World Cup.
While we are still looking for the next coach for the Super Eagles, I can tell you, Sport Bishop, for a fact, as well as our listeners, that one man is set to part ways with the Super Falcons, and that is the coach, Coach Randy Waldron. We hear that his contract with the Super Falcons will end after the Paris Olympics 2024, and he said to have had enough with our players as well as our Footballer Federation, and is set to part ways with the country. What's next for the Super Falcons if this man leaves?
Simple. You go back to your Medugu. Medugu was the coach of the team when we were discussing contract. Remember when this contract was fired, and people want to give my 5 goals, and I did say I prefer his style of play. They play more attacking football and they score more goals online. Otherwise, they struggle to score goals. And we saw that when he came back, we won 1-0 and played the goalless draw against Bafana South Africa. After Medugu has played 2-3 games as the head coach, winning emphatically. So it doesn't change anything. It just gives Medugu, who I think is qualified for the job, a chance to take over from the assistant coach to the main coach of Super Eagles. But like I said, he had issue with the NFF just before the World Cup. Payment of salary, nomination, about his assistant coach that was thrown away.
Accusation, counter accusation. Waldron calling out the NFF as well as the NFF, saying that he should concentrate on the job that is not even good enough for the Super Falcons. And then he came out to defend himself. So it was a lot of back and forth before the World Cup.
He almost even left after the World Cup, but the ministry didn't let him go. The ministry waited to the situation. He signed a new contract. Now we're hearing on Baby and of course Odega. These are things, I don't know, nobody suspect to the baby. These guys are furnitures in the Super Falcons. They've been there. I think when I played with the professional coach, that's how she's 41 years old. But that guy has seen better days, So I think the interference is becoming too much, and maybe the man is saying, "Oh, these players they're like God in Nigeria, and they cannot be." The NFF are also playing to their tune. No, Free just also came out with something like that when he claimed that some of these players are not godfathers and they cannot be touched, they cannot be touched.
Okay.
And maybe that's going to be going through. And the man is saying, "Enough is enough. I can't take it anymore. I'll bow out after the Olympics." I also be bows out after with a very good performance because the last time we were at the Olympic, I think our best out has always been in the group stages. I want to surpass that in this competition.
Absolutely. And finally, from the local scene, let's move over now to Cameroon, where we hear that the last have not been heard between Samuel Eto'o Fees and the Confederation of African Football, where we hear that fresh allegation has been made concerning the embattled football president, where more revelations and more evidence have been brought out. We hear that on Tuesday, the Amateur Football Club Association in Cameroon has said they have obtained proof of dual citizenship of Samuel Eto'o Fees, that the outcome of the investigation, despite not made official, but these are the snippets that we are getting. More than 50 presidents of the AFCA have informed the Ethics Committee of the Cameroon FA to immediately let Eto'o step down from his position. We hear that Eto'o have now told his lawyers to file a counter accusation against Fecafoot and against CAF for what he deemed as unfair treatment to these allegations. I really do not know. When will Samuel Eto'o finally put this thing to rest? And when will CAF and Fecafoot finally let this man be? If he's guilty, let them go for it. If he's not, let them let this case bear, because Cameroon football and Africa at large, we are all suffering from this endless tussle.
Anyway, to the end of the time, so I don't think it's ending any time soon. But if there's a law that says you can't have dual citizenship and being the president of the federation, and they have a proof that you have dual citizenship, why not take it to CAS? I'm not forcing. We take the CAS rule for him to step down. It's very simple. And the CAS rule for him to step down, he steps down, and then everything is ended. You don't tell him how to step down when he's still on the job. You have issues, take him to court. It's very simple. Like they said, they've got proof that he has dual citizenship, and they will take it up from there to CAS, the Court of Arbitration for Sport. We'll see how it pans out. I think there's a lot of things happening. If I'm Samuel Eto'o Fees, although I'm not Samuel Eto'o Fees, and I don't think like him, he always want to. He's a player that likes to prove a point, even as a player and now as an administrator, always want to prove a point. But the best of it is he leave when the ovation is loudest. Look at what he's done. Just go leave the exit door. It doesn't change you from being a legend of the country, a legend of football in Cameroon. So. But anyway, if he wants to go and, like you said, counter accusations, counter court injunction. So we want to see if he can get the right decision. If he can get the decision in his favor in CAS, then why not? He continues. If he can't, but I tell you, the trouble in Cameroon will not end now. It's so many people. I don't know. It seems to be fighting everybody. The only person who likes Samuel Eto'o in Cameroon right now in the football fraternity is Samuel Eto'o, and maybe the fans. Apart from that, the club owners seem it must be something he must be doing that makes all of them not like the way he's running it. Maybe it's not business as usual.
Okay.
It could be anything, but let's see. But I say it's not going to end anytime soon.
Absolutely. All right, so let's move over now to the foreign scene. It is done and dusted. 8 teams will slug it out in the Euros 2024 quarterfinals following the results that went down yesterday. Once again, the Dutch national team has showed why they are one of the silent team that might just shock everyone, though not loud with the performance, but so far they have delivered. It was 2 goals from Demirai that gave Turkey the winner over Gengen pressing Austria. 2-1. That game ended. Full list of fixtures that will be going down in the quarterfinal. Spain will take on host nation Germany at 5 p.m. on Friday, while Saturday we'll see England take on Switzerland. Quarterfinals are still on Friday, 8 p.m. Portugal will take on France, while the last game in the quarterfinals is bid for Saturday at 8 p.m. where Netherlands will take on Turkey. Sport Bishop, I'm sure you followed the game yesterday. We saw the impeccable performance of Netherlands. Should we say Netherlands are 1 foot in the semi-final when they take on Turkey? And looking at Spain, Germany, and most interestingly, the repeat of the 2026 finals where Portugal will take on France in the quarterfinals.
Anyway, like you did say, Romania was brought down to earth. Beautiful victory here by Netherlands. Kodikapo with a goal. Doyal Melin, the guy from Borussia Dortmund, with a brace in the game 83rd and 98th minutes. To give Netherlands the three, I think it was a show in the park. I think the Romania did not bring up that fight. We expected them to bring. And Netherlands, like you said, the team who's quality, they who's quality star players, and those guys they shone big time yesterday night, and they got the result done. So good luck for Netherlands. They now have a big tie against Turkey. Turkey in their own right surprisingly knocked out Austria, who were in coach handing one man, Ralf Rangnick, his first loss as the coach of the Austrian national team. A game everybody expected them to win, but it didn't just go their way. Austria played very well. We still had a lot of chances. Turkey, as early as the first place, were already 1-0 up, and then did not look back. So a big win for Turkey, but the fight becomes harder for them now. They're a tough team. They will have to. But seriously, I can't even point out who's going to win the Euros because everything seems to be just above average and average reaction. So, but I think maybe this is where the competition would lit up, and maybe this is where the final gain. Maybe now is like I said, the pairing has shown that it is Turkey, Netherlands, France versus Portugal.
All right.
Lots of games to come, but I think the knockout will be very exciting because most of the guys playing right now are in the top 10 in the world and the top 20 in the top 10 in Europe, top 20 in the world, and these are the big teams that we expect to get to where they are. Except Turkey, and it has lived up to expectations. So let's see how it goes. But I tell you, it was a great game for Turkey as they are in the quarterfinals. I can't remember the last time they were in the quarterfinals of the Euros, but that's a big one for them.
That was in 2008, the last time they made it to the quarterfinals in Euros. Sport Bishop, away from that, let's touch down the Copa America, where it has been confirmed as well that 8 teams will play in the quarterfinals. Argentina will take on Ecuador. Venezuela will play host to Canada. Of course, they are not the host. Colombia will battle Panama. And the last game to me, which looks like a potential final, we see Uruguay battle Brazil.
Well, come on, man. Potential Brazil. Wake up, man. Brazil just got its name.
Come on, they are the third most successful team in the Copa America behind Argentina and Uruguay.
Let me explain to you something. They won their first game. Lost their second game. Drew 1-1 by Colombia. Just managed to qualify by the skin of their teeth. They have not been convinced. They've never been convinced. And the quality of look at what Ronaldo says. He will not be watching them. I will not be watching them. I've read Chile or maybe even other teams that play. But it is what it is, man. But like you said, now where the boys no more second chances. Everybody would not know how to. But the big game is Uruguay, Brazil. Argentina looks like a team that are fired up to retain their title. And they keep increasing the record by Scolini, their coach, competing at the Copa America. So just like the Euros, let's hope that this one doesn't live up to expectation as well. So big games, Argentina still there, Colombia still there, Brazil still there. You've got Uruguay still there, Canada as well still there. USA surprisingly dumped out, but this is what it's all about, So I really imagine. So it's a team like for a competition that 2 years they can't even get out of the group. There's quality in that competition. So let's brace up. I think for football lovers, you've got a good for the next 2-3 weeks. You just sit at the edge of your seat for football.
Absolutely. And while they are sitting on the edge of their seat concerning football, let's move over now to tennis as we hear that defending champions of Androsova has been knocked out in the first round. This is indeed a shocking where so many people believe that she ought to have gone all the way following an impressive display in the just concluded French Open. Though she didn't make it to the final, but come on, I've been knocked out in the first round by Spain's Jessica Boaz-Menez. It is not something that tennis lovers would have loved to see, but it did happen.
The thing is that we should collect be sincere with ourselves. In women's tennis, we brace up for surprises. You just still win the French Open and lose in the second round of the Wimbledon. It happens a lot. So I'm not surprised, but there's some people you expect to get to the quarterfinals. So far, they've not faltered, but surely it's the Grand Slam. So you see upset here and there. And then that's the first upset of the women's category just popped up yesterday. But like more to come. Let's brace up.
While we are bracing up, I can tell you for a fact that Jack Drapier has now replaced Andy Murray following his withdrawal from the Wimbledon. And there was a big win for Novak Djokovic since he had his knee injury. But for Katie Boita, she had to battle hard and think deep in order to go past Maria to set up an encounter with Aret Dark.
Absolutely, big wins, big win for Djokovic and the guys. But like I said, the for listen to the doctors. Maybe listen to us. He listen to our show. Absolutely. I just hope he plays. He won't be playing the single, so he play the double. Let's just hope that he gets at least just prepare himself for the Olympics. So good result by Andy Murray. At least, but if you are playing the doubles, you've got a younger boy doing the run around while you take the glory. So I'm quite happy for him. He made the right decision. See, it's all about your body first. Your body first, then the game. I think he has listened to his body and made the right call. But like I said, still in the men's category, the guys are still doing it. About Djokovic, we expect those guys to go for them to go for. Djokovic gave us his scare, but he was able to make it. And then we can see that he's doing well at the moment.
All right, Sport Bishop, our time is really far gone. And we need to drop the anchor and call it a day today. We will be back bright and early 8:30 a.m. As for today, 4 p.m., we will be back on the show Sport Lounge. Keep listening to us. Up next is the news around Abuja. Adios.